Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening, and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Michael Germain. On Friday, a fire broke out around 8 p.m. at Joe Rudd Trucking in Caledonia. Today, a GoFundMe page was made to raise money for a family affected by the fire. The page aims to raise funds for the Taylor family's medical bills. If you would like to donate, we'll have the link on our digital platforms. Our team has reached out to the Caledonia Fire Department for updates on the fire, but we have not received a response yet. We will continue to keep you updated with any new information, both on air and on the web. Roadways have reopened following a chemical fire in Chippewa Falls. According to a Facebook post by the Chippewa Falls Police Department, first responders were called to an interior chemical fire at TTM Technologies. At the time of the post, the Chippewa Falls Police Department said the fire was out and employees had been evacuated, but the roadways were shut down due to hazardous chemicals in the building. By 2 p.m., the roadways were reopened and emergency crews left the area. A retail store in Eau Claire is being directed to stop selling some of their pesticide products. Today, the United States Environmental Protection Agency ordered Menards in Eau Claire to cease the sale of unregistered pesticide products. The company is no longer allowed to sell antimicrobial filters and allergen filters, which contain unregistered pesticides and are currently being sold online. The EPA claims that the company's website suggests that these products could or should be used against COVID-19. According to federal law, all pesticides must undergo evaluation through the EPA's registration process to ensure that they perform as intended before they can be distributed or sold. The pesticide will not be registered until it's determined to be safe for use.
Well, we have a couple showers out there as we get into this evening. Some of you might have felt a few sprinkles out there, but it really wasn't a washout today, so I really hope you got out there and enjoyed this beautiful start to our weekend on that webcam there in La Crosse. It's starting to make a gorgeous sunset out there, so definitely get out there and enjoy it. We still got some great weather for tonight. Might feel a couple drops, especially if you're living in northeast Iowa. You might feel a couple drops out there as we still have some showers passing through and then a couple sprinkles up in Eau Claire as well. But as we get throughout the evening, we can see in the next 3 hours, a lot of these showers are really going to move out, and we're going to be mostly clear by the time we get to around 9 p.m. tonight. So it's definitely a great evening to get out there this Saturday night. In La Crosse, we're sticking in the 70s for much of the evening. And again, a few showers or sprinkles might linger out there as we get as we get into the next hour or two. But really, much of the rain has passed out of the area. Very similar story in Eau Claire, getting down into the 60s by 10 p.m. But for the next week, we really don't have that much weather going on. It's going to be a pretty quiet week ahead, but we might have some heat on the way. So I'll have all the details and break that down coming up in the next forecast.
Sounds like a plan. Nicole, thank you. The Cooley Recovery Center is raising awareness to help end the stigma surrounding substance use disorder and mental health. The campaign has been running all summer long, featuring different educational topics each week. Today, community members had the opportunity to connect and share their stories of addiction, knowing they are not alone. People had the chance to visit a resource fair which provides information about addiction and mental health services, including how to access these programs for themselves or a loved one in need.
Substance use can be described as a disease at times, and for many people it's a disease that they have no control over. So we basically want to end the negatory labeling for these individuals.
People also had the chance to listen to live music performed by individuals in long-term recovery. When you think of traditional water sports, log rolling might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but that's exactly what's making waves at the 7th annual Holman Summer Splash, which kicked off on Friday. The event features a log rolling tournament with participants ranging from beginners to seasoned pros. Friday was all about the advanced rollers who compete nationwide. Today, the spotlight shifted to the beginners, some of whom have been rolling for less than a year. The Summer Splash director says this tournament is a chance to share her passion for the sport with others.
For me, it makes me so happy because I get to share my love and passion for the sport with the La Crosse and Holman area community. So it's just a really cool thing to see.
The event has grown bigger every year. When it first started, there were only 16 competitors. This year, that number has grown to 80. If you passed by the fest grounds this evening, you likely noticed a motorcycle extravaganza. The first Big River Rally kicked off on Friday, which provides a weekend of fun for motorcycle enthusiasts. On Friday, attendees had the chance to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the Coulee region with a 50-mile loop along the Mississippi River. Today, bikers departed for over a 100-mile ride with stops to enjoy local food, beverages, and views.
Bringing this to La Crosse, into this area, was our hope, right? People coming from all over to get to know our area and hopefully return, right? Because they're like, wow, that was really beautiful and it was a really great place to visit. That was kind of the inspiration for this.
Officials hope this can become an annual event in La Crosse. There was plenty of fun, including live music and a bike show. An annual convention kicked off today in La Crosse. This year marks the 10th anniversary of CooleyCon, a gaming convention held at the La Crosse Center. Each year, CooleyCon partners with other gaming organizations to raise funds in support of Children's Miracle Network Hospital and Gunderson Health System. During this year's event, guests can enjoy a variety of activities, including a 40-player mega game, a miniature painting contest, and a cosplay contest. The convention will continue until this Sunday. Although online ticket sales have ended, tickets can still be purchased at the event. The latest update from the 2024 presidential campaign. Both of their efforts shifting to the economy. Those details right after the break.
Eric Hovde, multimillionaire California banker, named one of Orange County's most influential residents. A glamorous lifestyle, the best parties. Hovde bragged about being in the 1%, but accused Wisconsin farmers of not working hard. Now, this California banker wants to buy a Senate seat in Wisconsin. Eric Hovde, what an arrogant, phony fraud. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. And I took about 3-4 steps, turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I'm not an actor. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch support's can do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
You just have to get in the seat of a John Deere Gator XUV 835M, not because of the spacious cargo box, or because it can tackle any terrain, not even because it tows up to 4,000 pounds. You just have to get in the seat because something about being this productive just makes you smile.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
I'm the proud son of a single mom.
My mom worked nights to provide for us.
My mom worked 80 hours a week.
But Eric Hovde thinks if you have a single mom, you're going to be poor or a drug addict?
That is a direct path to a life of poverty. It leads to higher drug rates.
That just shows Eric Hovde is ignorant.
Come on, I'm successful today because of my mom.
I learned my work ethic from my mom, my single mom.
What is wrong with this guy?
Both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have been laser focused on the economy this week, with Harris unveiling her economic plan on Friday. As CBS Christian Benavides reports, both candidates have planned rallies in the battleground state of Pennsylvania this weekend.
In North Carolina Friday, Vice President Kamala Harris outlined an ambitious economic plan in her first policy speech since jumping into the presidential race.
Together, we will build what I call an opportunity economy.
On the housing affordability crisis, Harris is calling for the construction of 3 million new homes, proposing a tax break for builders, and giving up to $25,000 in down payment assistance for some first-time home buyers.
We will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class.
Harris called for a federal ban on price gouging on groceries and other goods. Former President Trump said the proposals amount to price fixing. At a press conference Thursday, he blamed Harris and Democratic legislation for rising costs.
Now Kamala is reportedly proposing communist price controls. She wants price controls. And if they worked, I'd go along with it too, but they don't work.
The vice president is also calling to expand the child tax credit to families with newborns to $6,000. Last week on Face the Nation, Republican VP hopeful J.D. Vance also called for expanding the child tax credit to $5,000. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The Harris campaign tells CBS News additional costs to the budget from her plan would be offset by increased taxes on corporations and high earners. A new gel-based treatment aimed to stop and control life-threatening bleeding in a matter of seconds.
We're going to see a gorgeous end to the weekend for Sunday with some warmer temperatures and mostly sunny conditions, and I'll break it all down coming right up after the break.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman Derek Van Orden is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
The Make It Ford Summer Sales Event is on. So make it your best summer ever with Ford. Get your ideal combination of power and capability. And experience hands-free highway driving technology with Ford Blue Cruise, available on select vehicles. It's the Make It Ford Summer Sales Event, so make it yours. Make it now. Get up to $7,400 in total savings on a new 2024 Ford F-150, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
T-Mobile coverage in my area is wonderful.
We have 8 acres, and it gives you peace of mind to know that you're going to have a reliable signal.
We enjoy hiking. We enjoy the outdoors. The coverage has been great.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Get up to 10% off sale prices or no interest for 3 years. The Labor Day sale at Home Furniture.
At Peace of Mind Counseling, we believe that everyone has the ability to change and grow. Find your peace of mind. We can help.
She grew up in a middle-class home. She was the daughter of a working mom, and she worked at McDonald's while she got her degree. Kamala Harris knows what it's like to be middle class. It's why she's determined to lower healthcare costs and make housing more affordable. Donald Trump has no plan to help the middle class, just more tax cuts for billionaires. Being president is about who you fight for, and she's fighting for people like you.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Medics will soon have another tool in their toolbox to help treat victims with severe bleeding. The FDA has approved the first gel-based treatment that is designed to stop and control life-threatening bleeding in a matter of seconds. It's called Traumagel. Traumagel comes in pre-filled syringes and is applied to traumatic injuries such as gunshot wounds. The company says it intends to develop and manufacture the treatment to address the needs of the military, government health agencies, and medical professionals. Traumagel will be available later this year. Saying goodbye is never easy, but this time of year, a lot of high school graduates are moving out, going on to college, or a new job, and parents may be feeling all sorts of different emotions. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on how to recognize signs of so-called empty nest syndrome and ways to get through it.
When the chicks take flight, sometimes the nest can feel a little empty.
You can feel excitement
and loss at the exact same time. And it's okay to celebrate your child leaving home while at the same time feeling sadness and loss.
Psychologist Susan Alberts with Cleveland Clinic says that while empty nest syndrome isn't a clinical diagnosis, the feelings are real. Signs can include a persistent sense of sadness, loss, emptiness, lack of purpose, and a shift in identity.
Acknowledge your feelings. Accept this period of grief. Allow yourself to feel whatever you are feeling during this transition period.
Albert says it's time to do something you may not have been able to do for a long time. Focus on you. Get back to an old hobby or find a new one. Take on new adventures, maybe travel. Stay connected to friends and family and make time to reconnect with your partner.
We can look at this as an opportunity to do new activities together, to rekindle that fun and excitement in your relationship.
And while parents may also feel worried for your child who's away from home, Albert says take a step back.
Allow them to make their own decisions, to grow, and have the confidence that you have taught them the skills to be out on their own and to become an adult.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Albers says it can take days or even months for these feelings to go away. But if they persist, she says reach out for help. A therapist can help you through this transitional period. Well, those summer-like temperatures kind of feel like they've returned back to the Coulee region. And with that, let's send it over to meteorologist Nicole Skalicki for a check on our weekend weather forecast.
Yeah, that false fall is definitely out of the area now. We're getting those average temperatures right back, and we do still have a few sprinkles out there. Although these are really moving out of the area and dissipating, they're not going to cause too much of a problem as we get throughout the night. Here we are in our sky tracker. Most of these showers are going to be out of the area by 9 p.m. So if you have any plans this evening, definitely don't cancel them. You might feel a sprinkle or two if you're lucky, but there's really not too much out there anymore. As we get throughout the night, we're going to see clouds become a little bit more partly cloudy, or excuse me, the skies become a little bit more partly cloudy, and eventually those clouds will all clear up, leaving a mostly sunny conditions as we get into Sunday, with overnight lows getting just into the low 60s. So tomorrow is going to be an excellent end to our weekend, mostly sunny and warm conditions, and that's going to be the theme for much of next week, warm and sunny conditions, but then we might see a possible heat up as we get into next weekend. So here's our upper air, that pattern that's going to be bringing all of these conditions. As we see, that mild weather is going to be sticking over us for the next couple of days as we get to the beginning and middle part of this week, but then we kind of start to see that warmer weather start to move over, slowly creeping in by around Wednesday, Thursday, and then really jumping over into our area by Friday, and then potentially seeing a little bit of a heat up on Saturday. This is still a little bit far out for an exact forecast on this, but for now we are seeing that there could be trends and a little bit of a warm up as we get through this week. So definitely enjoy the sunny and average temperatures that we're going to have this week. So it's going to be beautiful out there. With this pattern that's bringing all this warm weather, it's also going to be bringing dry conditions. So here's that low pressure system that brought all of those showers yesterday and today. That's really moving off to the east. It's going to be out of our hair as we get into this week. Monday, Tuesday staying dry, maybe seeing a few sprinkles on Wednesday, especially with all of this sunshine and clear skies. You might see a sprinkle or two, but really nothing too much to be concerned about. Not any big rain events. Might see some showers as we get into Friday evening, but other than that, again, might see a stray pop-up shower or two, but nothing too much to be concerned about. Mainly clear and dry conditions. Here's our rain tracker throughout the entire week. Much of us maybe even getting lucky enough to seeing a trace of rainfall. Otherwise, it's going to stay dry. Now, we are still tracking the possibility to see some fog as we get into Sunday morning. This has been a common theme and will probably be a common theme as we get throughout the rest of this month. This is a period where we tend to see a lot of fog in this area, but tomorrow morning will mainly be in those lower lying areas, especially in the river valleys. So not too big of a concern for most of us. For our overnight lows, though, we will be having them stay right around normal, sitting in the mid 60s, maybe seeing a upper 50 out there. But tomorrow is going to be the nice day as we have those 80s coming right back. Much much of the area sitting in the mid-80s, right around average, a little bit warmer in La Crosse, and then off to our south, getting in the low 80s with a couple areas in the upper 70s. But much of the area, again, right around average. Is going to be a gorgeous day. A lot of the sunshine is going to be poking through. We're going to have an abundance of it, so it'll be a great end to the weekend. And then as for the rest of the week, it's really going to be just like it is going to be tomorrow. Very gorgeous weather, a lot of milds, a lot of sunshine, so definitely get out there and enjoy it this week if you have the time.
Warm, cold, kind of hope for a fall, but like you said,
you would
false
hope,
fall.
yeah. We had that false fall, so now we need that second summer.
Can't complain. Nicole, thank you. Coming up in sports, a look ahead to tomorrow's Packers preseason game, plus the Brewers going for a series win as they take on the Guardians. Kate has a preview of that game after the break.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Before she was the most liberal U.S. Senator, Kamala Harris was the liberal San Francisco prosecutor, the most progressive in all of California. She let an MS-13 gang member go, who then murdered a father and his 2 sons. She agreed to release another felon, who then committed murder. And Kamala even protected illegal alien drug dealers so they could escape deportation. Kamala Harris, a dangerous San Francisco liberal. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hello. It was 1990 when I first looked out of the TV and told you about high quality at lower prices. Hi, I'm Miles Wilkins, owner of the Board Store. Some things have changed. Products have gotten so much better. We've gone from 3 to almost 80 employees, and I'm just a little bit older. Some things haven't changed. We still offer high quality at lower prices. Call today for a prompt free estimate on your next home improvement from the Board Store.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has a 30-gram blend of high-quality protein to feed muscles for up to 7 hours. So take the challenge. Ensure nutrition for strength and energy.
Arby's is full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff. 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value for limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
There's a side of Eric Hovde you might not know. In his 20s, he was diagnosed with MS, and in that moment, his life and priorities changed. Eric started Hovde Homes. Hovde Homes rescue abandoned children from sex trafficking and slavery. For children who never experienced real love, Hovde Homes offer the love, care, and support they need to heal. MS changed Eric's life, and thousands of children are alive today because of it.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Welcome to News 8 Now Sports. Soon our Saturdays will be filled with college football, and that means we're nearing this final stretch of the MLB season. Now the Brewers, they'll be without Christian Yelich for the remainder of the season, but the team is still picking up win after win. Last night, the Brewers started a 3-game series against the Cleveland Guardians. Milwaukee took game 1 of the series thanks to a big 3-run home run from Willy Adames to set the tone. Tonight, Freddie Peralta takes the mound as he will be going for his 8th win of the season. First pitch already underway. I'll have full highlights tonight at 10. And the Twins, they're hoping for a Brewers win as Minnesota looks to climb the AL Central standings. Twins enter the evening 3 games back of the Guardians and are coming off of back-to-back wins over the Rangers and are going for a series win tonight. If you're tuned into the games this evening, keep your eyes on the bats and the cleats. It's Players Weekend in the MLB, which means there's a little more fun to the players' uniforms. I'll have highlights at 10. A bunch of NFL preseason action this afternoon, but the Packer fans are going to have to wait until tomorrow night to see the team in action. Green Bay will face Denver in preseason week 2. Now, a bunch of the starters, including Jordan Love, will not be playing. We've most likely seen the end of the QB1 until the actual season gets underway in September. Love and the rest of the starters were participating in a joint practice with the Broncos on Friday. A lot of good reps against a team other than Green Bay is always helpful. And for non-starters, they'll continue to battle it out on Sunday night. The Packers and the Lions are the two favorites to win the division, but over in Chicago, they've got a new QB, #1 overall pick Caleb Williams, and he was making waves in today's preseason game. Scrambles out of the pockets, connects with Rome Odunze for the long pickup, and then on 3rd and goal, this is why he was the #1 overall pick, making magic happen in the box, scrambling around, and then he's going to walk into the end zone for the score. Still a rookie, but showing glimpses of what the NFC North could be dealing with in the future. The WNBA returned this week, and rookie phenom Caitlin Clark was dominating last night, putting up 29 points, 5 rebounds, and 10 assists as the Fever took down the Mercury. Now, before they took an Olympic break, Clark had a 19-assist game, and she now becomes the first player in WNBA history to record 50 points and 25 assists over any 2-game span. Clark had also been playing basketball nonstop since the start of the college season last fall. Maybe a small break was exactly what she needed. That's all for sports, but tune in tonight for a bunch of highlights. We'll be right back.
Our son Trent overcame kidney disease and beat cancer. But when he injured his leg, he took what he thought was a pain pill.
It was laced with fentanyl, and it killed him. He was 23.
We reached out to Tammy Baldwin, but all we got back was a form letter.
Obviously, she doesn't care about families like ours. Our kids are dying from fentanyl pouring across our border.
And we can't trust Tammy Baldwin to stop it.
Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Some lucky fan will win 4 Packers season tickets for 1 year, all because of Packers scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery.
But who will it be?
This could be Debbie's year.
That looks like someone who could win up to $50,000 in instant cash prizes.
But don't count out Tim.
Maybe he'll win one of the MVP tailgate experiences.
Then there's Raymond.
Legend.
4 Packers season tickets for 1 year could be his.
Or yours.
Ticket prices range from $1 to $10, available at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
She grew up in a middle-class home. She was the daughter of a working mom, and she worked at McDonald's while she got her degree. Kamala Harris knows what it's like to be middle class. It's why she's determined to lower healthcare costs and make housing more affordable. Donald Trump has no plan to help the middle class, just more tax cuts for billionaires. Being president is about who you fight for, and she's fighting for people like you.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
We have a quiet, warm, and dry week ahead, so definitely get out there and enjoy it this week. It's going to be beautiful.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. We'll see you all right here at 10.